Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day 1, or day 2, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us today. Before we jump into the podcast, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. We own 3 of them, and I can tell you personally, even before they became sponsors, their customer service is second to none. Every time I've had any issues with any of my machines, going back to the way old ones, they've always taken really good care of me. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com. Oh, and mention us, and they'll give you $450 off. Mention Coach Collins or Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. We always tell our players that they should be working on their craft. I challenge you to work on your craft. Come over, join a community of like-minded coaches who want to make this game better. It's the reason I started Teach Hoops, is to help pay the bills for all these podcasts, but even more importantly, to give back to this great game that has given me so much, and to set up a roadmap for you to be successful, not only on the court, but off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial. So come over and kick the tires around, see if you like it. And let's head off the podcast. I think the rest of the scout is, right. We live in a TikTok world, people. That's what I'm going to say to you.
That's right.
My scouts,
absolutely.
I mean, I've coached some NBA guys like 10, 15 years ago, and I would have given scouts that were this thick to that group because they were that way, and they were paper scouts, and they were like whatever. And now it's like I'm just being real. That's what I've seen. Is like
we do things in threes, right?
Yes.
3 offensive points, 3 defensive, 3 person.
Yeah. I told my daughter this the other day. She's trying to memorize her. I said, there's a reason the phone number is not 7 consecutive. They break it up. Your social security number is they break things up into chunks so you can remember them.
Absolutely.
Like you can't remember 75 things.
Well, and you don't want kids that are thinking. You don't want robots. No. You want fluid athletes. Right. Take away the first, second thing that they want. Right.
Yeah, so. I know. Do you have any rituals or anything you do before a big game, or rituals that program wise or cultural wise that you do?
I'm probably pretty vanilla with rituals. I think for us, we're always going to do our base warm up. We do our vitamins, right? In May, I essentially accepted a new role or a new opportunity at another local private school in town. And so now we're starting back at, fresh start day 1. And so now I'm teaching what does vitamins look like? And so, shooting around the rim.
So you're not at the school you were at, you're at a new school. And so explain the new school.
So
the differences and the differences and the similarities, the size, tell me the difference.
So I'm at Liberty Christian Academy now, which again, it's another private Christian school. Now, this is the largest private Christian school in the state of Virginia. From it's K to 12, and they got about 1,800 students. Now in the high school, it's about 600. It's directly connected with Liberty University, which is the largest Christian university in the country. We're actually the only private school that plays in the VHSL, which is the public school league. And which is unique, right? And they're extremely bought in on athletics and resources, and it's essentially a flip of the switch, right? It's completely different.
So you have some scholarship kids on your team.
Well, I would love to say that. We've got a few right now that I think are scholarship, whether they're D2, maybe low, when we get there. Now the football program, the athletic program is driven by the football program. The two best players in our program are going to Clemson next year. The running back is one of the top 5 in the country. I mean, he's legit. So now we're trying to get the basketball there. But the beauty of this is every workout I've had in the summer and the fall, I mean, you're 25, 30 kids every day, right? And so it's a breath of fresh air for sure. And kids are buying in, and it's been fun.
So it's different though. It's going to be different. Like that'll be an interest. We'll have to do a follow up on this because it will be interesting what you see as similarities, but also differences. There are pluses and there are minuses to that.
100%. Right.
I mean, bigger the school, the harder the community building, to be honest with you, in some respects.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things is I'm not a teacher. I don't work at the school, right? I work off campus. So I've got to be really, really intentional about what I'm doing together, right? And so obviously that's workouts, that's things together, it's program.
So will your style, will things change as far as your coaching go? How will that look?
Yeah, I mean, I think I try to be adjust as much as to the talent that I have. We're going to do a lot of the same things with some wrinkles. At the end of the day, I've got some kids that can do some unique things.
I got you. They got hoopers. Like I can take you off the dribble. You give me a little space, I'm getting you on my hip, and I'm off. With a school of 50, it's a lot harder. Yeah, it's a little.
We're creating space. We love double and triple gaps. We're getting downhill, and we got dudes in the corner that can light it up. So, I want our guys to have fun when they're playing offense, right? Because defensively, we're so, structured.
How will player development look similar or different? And what are the rules for you for off season?
Say it again.
What are the rules for you off season? Like every coach I talk to, it's different.
Yeah. I have no rules. The rules are I'm going to be there as much as I can. Our assistants will be there as much as they can.
So you could have a practice tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're saying from the VHS.
Yes, I'm talking about rules. No. I'm talking about rules for like I'm in a dead period literally until the first game. I mean, I can't do anything other than open the door up. Like that's all I can do. Yeah.
That used to be the deal with VHSL, and ultimately, I think over the last 5 years they have changed that. So there's really no rules. Open, it's live. There are dead periods, right? And so we just came off of a 2-week dead period when you can't communicate with players at all.
Right.
But for the most part, we had 9 or 10 weeks of workouts this summer. We'll do the same thing in the fall, and so it's opened up. Yeah, sorry.
No. That's all right. That's the teacher not asking the question right. Tell me a time when you learned something from either a positive experience or a negative experience coaching.
Well, obviously, losing in the state championship after everything that the state semifinals, after, everything you put in place, you had hopes to be there, right? You learned that sometimes things don't go your way, right? I mean, the ball
My
doesn't
best
always
teams have not always won state championships. My
100%.
ever, I had 3 Mr. Basketballs. I've coached 4 in Wisconsin. I'm the only coach that has had 4 Mr. Basketballs, best players in the state.
Wow.
I had 3 on that team. That was my first. And going back to coaching, it was my fault. 100% my fault.
That's right.
We were undefeated the whole season. It was the first time the school had ever gone to the state championship.
Wow.
It's like we were undefeated. I was a young pup.
Yep.
I didn't adjust. I mean, again, my best player broke his hand in the semis. Okay, but we still should have won. It was 100. We don't lose that game now. Like we won that game, but it was on me. It's like, it's like the best teams don't always win. That's what you got to understand.
Right.
I mean, I've had time. In 2008, I had my best player who ended up playing at Tennessee, Marquette. He told we lost in the state championship his junior year, and he went to the press conference, said we're winning it the next year. Swear to God. Like it was like, and we did. And he was a great John Mayman, great kid, backed off during the season, let some other people shine, made us better. And then all of a sudden when we needed him, he just turned it on. It was like, we won the state. It was like crazy.
Get out the way.
Get out of the way. Yeah. It was just like, he's going to do it. So it's like, I know it's hard. Sometimes the best teams don't always win it. I mean,
well, and I think that learning experience from the state semifinals really helped me in the state championship game, to be honest, because I went into the halftime up 17, and I said the first thing I said, no one remembers first half winners, and I promise you they are coming back, right? And they did, and
they're coming at you,
right? And I'm probably more fiery than some coaches and lose my cool at times. And I had to honestly look in the mirror and say, you cannot lose it. You have got to be under control and calm, because this is going to happen, not if or when, right? And so
first of all, they're like, I usually pull out one of my state championship rings and I'll point at it and I'll go, they don't give these out at Target. Like, Mom can't go buy this at Walmart for you.
That's right.
And they want it too. Like they're coming. Like,
absolutely.
Just let's be real. Like so part of it is, hopefully, had you been tested, like had that happened to you prior to that point? Like had you been up and someone made a run at you? Because I always find that helpful when it's already happened. And they kind of know, like, whoa, here's what's happening. Here's what we have to do. Or was that the first time that it happened?
That was actually, this season, and what I can remember, that is the first. We usually don't get up on many teams that high, to be quite honest.
Right.
We actually, has been the flip where we had made the run, right? And that, honestly, more than not, you'd rather be that team than the other team. Right. Because the nerves are set in there. So no, that was a first. And
what caused it? You're up 23. What happened? Turnovers?
Well, yeah. So they throw in their half court zone trap. They got every single offensive rebound. They got 3 guys that can play above the rim looking down. And again, I never want to say something about the refs, but I do think, when you're up that much, there is a conscious decision to maybe make some calls and then it's tough to stop that, right?
It's tough to stop that.
There's some things where,
what I've noticed,
they reversed the call on us.
Notice in those kind of runs is I tell my players, and this is for coaches listening, I tell my players, if they're making a run at you, do you have a shot clock?
We don't.
Okay. So first of all, it's shot selection. It's not turning it over. And it's getting to the rim. It's getting easy. I mean, that 3 might be open, but 10 seconds is better for us at this point. Let's keep running it. Maybe we'll get a 10 shot rather than a 5 shot, like a really good shot. And the number one, there's 2 things that I think stop runs like that is you got to keep them off the offensive glass.
Oh,
you got to keep them off the offensive glass, and you got to get to the free throw line. Because those are easy buckets.
100%. And we didn't do that very well, to be quite honest. I think the thing with their pressure or anybody's pressure, it's not the initial steal. It's they're forcing you to make tough shots, make off balance shots. They're forcing you to hurry up, and so
They're forcing. So here's what I'll tell young coaches that are listening to this too. What the pressure does is I'll give up some of my teams that I had that could press like no tomorrow. Right. I don't go ahead and score. I'm increasing the speed of the game. Right. So you're out of your comfort zone because 100%. That's all I want. I want
you dictate space or pace, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're revving. You're already nervous. It's the second half of the state championship game. Oh, like I just already want to rev you, and now you're going to turn it over. I'm going to get a couple layups. I might get a dunk on you. I'll get my crowd involved. If you come down and take 45 seconds off, that's what I tell guys like. We'll practice that. I go, this is, and we don't have a shot clock yet either. I go, this is demoralizing for a team now. Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, and I know for certain that the second half, those seconds were longer than in the first half. I know it. I kept looking, but
I know. And that's the problem is they're looking too.
That's right.
What do you think the biggest challenge for a coach is like now in today's coaching world? Yeah.
Obviously the things you're competing with, right? The time, I'm a firm believer. I want our guys to play as many sports as possible, right? I think they're going to be a better athlete. They're going to be a better teammate. They're going to be a better peer. They're going to be a better student,
better human being, can go compete. Yes.
Right. I love our kids playing football. There are things you learn in football you can't teach anywhere else. Right. And 3 of our best top 6 guys are football guys. So we're going to look a lot different in November than we are December and January, February. Right. But,
right.
Those, it's easier to do other things now. Right. I mean, kids don't buy into it anymore. And so that would be it. I'm really, really blessed to have the group I've got right now. These kids are buying in. I mean, we worked our tails off yesterday, and rather than coaches or kids looking at me like I'm crazy after the workout, I said, "Thank you, coach." Right. And so I'm pretty, but that would be it.
Yeah, I think it's hard is hard, but it also makes it better in the long. That's what
right.
It's those little touch points and those little I think it's hard. So what do you think? Give me how you not being in the building. I mean, I've always been in the building. I have put out. I could write 6 books on the number of brush fires I have put out in 35 years. Because right. I mean, we're like the 6th largest. I mean, we got a very diverse, big school.
Yeah,
fraud happens like literally all the time. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't turn in that assignment? What are you talking about? Like, and then I walk down and find. I mean, there's just things that when you're in the building, it makes it. Anyway, there's touch points, daily touch.
How do you wrap your arms around it?
Right? Yeah. How do you wrap your that's got to be a difficult thing for you.
I think, well, there's a number of things, but, for one, my assistant is the principal of the school. So he's pretty well connected, and is going to, kids are going to toe the line in that sense. But in reality, we've got really good kids that for the most part make good decisions. And again, I've only been there for 3 months. And is there going to be an instance this year or two that are like, all right, well, we got to make some tough decisions, of course. But, we talk about doing the right thing every day, right? And every decision you make won't only impact you, it's going to impact your family, your school community, your teammates, right? And that's the only rule that we have in our program. We don't have, what time you turn the lights off and these things. It is everything you do, understand it will impact your teammate.
Right. So previous school, you didn't have to cut.
No, I was begging kids to come out.
So now you're going to have to cut.
Yeah.
And have you had to do that before?
I haven't. And it's going to be interesting. And, my belief is we're not going to have a tryout, right? I throughout the summer and now, I know the kids that are going to be in that top 12 and 14 on varsity and top 15 maybe on JV. And so I have independent conversations with kids because I can tell that they love being around the team. They love basketball. Maybe they're not suited to be a player, how else can you impact our program? Well, we need great managers. We need guys that'll be statisticians. We need great teammates and fans. And, are you good at social media? Are you strong at graphic design? On and on and on.
Right.
The more the merrier in the program. The last thing I want to do is push a kid away, but they also have to understand not every kid is meant to be a basketball player or football player, right?
No, you run a talented and gifted program for basketball players. I mean, that's what I've told parents. It's like, shoot, I wish I could play the piano. I'm not the lead of this musical. I can't sing. It's
no,
like,
sir.
I'm sorry. I wish I could sing.
I wish I or try.
That's what I don't think people understand. It's like, the best players are going to play. I mean, it's just, sorry, that's societal problem a little bit, in the sense that no, it's not participation at this point.
Right.
Oh, but there's a place for you, but it's not participation. Yeah, it's a hard cut day is always hard. So tell me about you wrote in the thing, the leadership series and coaches clinic. Talk about that a little bit.
So a few years ago, when I was at New Covenant, obviously we're all trying to think of ways to make a few dollars for our program, right? And rather than doing the car wash and the card sale thing,
sell cookies or
I wanted to do something in our program that you can make a few dollars, but also more importantly, we can impact our program from a professional development standpoint. And so I had the idea of, it's called CVA Hoops Coaching Clinic, and so we hosted it at our school. I reached out to, we would have anywhere from 12 to 14 Division 1, 2, 3 NAI coaches that would come out and talk about a certain, part of the game. And, whether it's culture development, professional development, flex offense, defense. And so we would have, really over the 4 years that I did it, we pretty much have had every school in the state represented. Right, with the exception of UVA and Tech, but we had Liberty's women's basketball.
Tony won't come down. I
tried.
I'll call Soderbergh.
I've got a good friend that's on staff, and he couldn't work that out. But
there's some rules too. It's so hard for them to work clinic things. It's like
red tape is tough.
Yeah, it's hard. It's changed a lot as far as, and the thing is, you can't, if they come, the people that they work with can't have any eligibility.
Right.
So
So if you have kids there to do some, diagram stuff,
you can't do it because they got to be like other college kids or JUCO kids. Because there's this huge, trust me, I've worked through this process. It's like, it's a nightmare for those big guys because they don't want to touch it with a 10. They want to do the thing because you're in Virginia and it's a good, but they can't. Yeah, I know. It's hard.
So did that for four seasons, and it was a good fundraiser for us. Obviously, and I filmed everything, gave it back to the coaches, and ultimately it especially during that COVID time, it was tough, but we weren't getting enough coaches to attend the clinics to make sense of it. Yeah. I got coaches that will, the college coaches might drive 2.5 hours, and we got 20 coaches in the gym, and it just didn't support it. So I ultimately kind of, stopped doing that. The leaderships, but the beauty of that is I built great relationships with college coaches all over the state. And now, I'm texting, coaching, calling guys on my guys and just getting some advice. So that's been impactful in that way for sure. The leadership series is something that we started last year at New Covenant. That you talk about what moment changed your program to win a state championship. I do think the leadership series had huge impact on that. All right, so I invite 8 community leaders in the area to come and speak to our guys. In a small enclosed environment. So we had CEO of the large healthcare facility in the area last year. We had the Division III baseball coach who just won the national championship. We're going to have the chief of police this year, and just come out and talk about whatever they want to do in regards to leadership to empower our guys. And,
Right.
you know,
You do that during the season, or you do that
no, this
postseason?
is the fall,
Fall.
in preparation for the season. Yeah. And so
That's
we
great.
do it now. Will be every Thursday. Our first one will be next Thursday. And we'll do 8 Thursdays in the fall. Yeah. It's been
great
huge.
learning experience. All right. So I always end with this question. What would you tell your younger self? What advice would you give your younger self in this profession for the younger coaches that are listening?
Work harder, ask more questions, have mentors that you can really be vulnerable with and ask, say, hey, what do I need to improve on? You know, what things can I do to make your job better? You know, I go back to Clay Nunley when I was on Randolph. I should have done more. I should have asked more. And he's just been such a mentor. You know, what I've realized, and because I'm far from the smartest dude in the room. I mean, I was a C student going through high school. It took me 10 years to get a 4-year degree in college, right? But work is the one thing that's unbeaten, right? I wake up every single morning at 5 a.m. and I've got coffee and I'm watching some type of professional development, watching film, I'm reading something. And because that equips me to go back to my guys. Because the easiest way to get guys to buy in is they believe what you're saying is going to get them to a point they've never seen before. I mean, I'm talking state championship with my guys today, not in 3 years. Because, you know, those
I'm a firm
seniors
believer in that. I talk about it every day. Like, this is not a championship. I know. I agree. Work harder and smarter.
Yeah.
As you get older,
right. Be more efficient now, for sure.
Be more efficient. But my brother runs a huge VC company, 200, couple hundred employees. And I always talk to him about like things like this. And he goes, I'll take this. I'll take the hard worker who's not quite as smart as the smart one that doesn't work hard. Like, you can outwork people all the time,
all day long,
everything in every aspect of life. I'm telling you, doesn't always work, but at least it gives yourself a running shot at it.
That's right.
I know. All right. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Hey, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this. Make sure if you want to hear more, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to hear other podcasts, go over and check out High School Hoops and Teacher Side Gig by Coach Collins. And subscribe, like, review all of them. 5-star reviews would be nice. Have a great day.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like touchdown, because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon, and it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us, only with Verizon.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is now streaming on Disney+. It's the film critics are calling the best Avatar yet.
Yeah! Go, 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 go!
A true epic and completely jaw-dropping.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Return to Pandora on Disney+.
It will be an adventure for the whole fam.
And watch the Oscar-winning phenomenon at home.
This is sick!
Avatar: Fire and Ash, now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.